I actually think my true coaching is not coaching. I'm like a panic button. I've got about 7 people that say, Panos, I don't want regular coaching sessions. I don't want to be having a quarterly catch-up. I don't want that. I know what I'm doing. It's really simple. I just want to have a fee that I pay you every month, and I know that when the shit goes down, I fucking call you. That's it. And I go, why do you want to call me? Like, I haven't done a listing presentation for years because I just think that you've got this ability to endure through a lot of shit, and you've got this incredible ability to diagnose the problem. You see, sometimes the issue is not the pain in the left knee. It's the right hip. And I'm good at that. And the reason I'm good at it is because, unlike most people, like most of my master's degree was in coaching psychology. And I don't go out and fill all the forms to become a psychologist, but I've got a very deep understanding that what people say and what the real issue is not the same thing. So a guy comes into me 2 weeks ago, Tom, I'm off track with prospecting. I want you to show me the best 8 prospecting plan. Get everyone's plan and just show it. I'm off track prospecting. I said, okay. How long have you been in real estate? 7 years. How many courses you gone to? Been to every ARIC, mate. I go to all our franchises training. And I said, you've got off track in prospecting. Can I ask you, have you forgotten what to do, so you need to learn it again? Or do you know what to do and you don't do it? What is it out of the two? He goes, I don't know, mate. I'm just off track. I've lost my mojo. I was the guy that had every property. Tom, you don't realise, you weren't around in my area. I won all the awards. I was the guy. And I just off track the last year. I said, okay. So out of 10, prospecting, 10 being that it's going great, 0 is going shit. What's your number? He says 4, 3. Oh, 2, sorry. Mate, he goes, close to 0, actually. I said, okay. Let's park that for a while. We're going to come back to a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all these scripts on prospecting. And he gets really excited. Everyone's excited about scripts. The problem is, unless you're seeing people, no one's going to be fucking listening to them, right? It's true, isn't it, Phil? Oh, show us that script, Tom. Okay, I said, park that. How's life? How's life? How's life? He goes, it's okay. I said, give me a score out of 10. 10 being great, 0 being shit. He goes, it's not good. I said, give me a score. He goes, 4. I said, okay. Can I ask you, what would it take for it to be an 8? He goes, to get back with my wife. I said, okay. I said, when did you break up? He goes, about a year ago. So all of a sudden, we've gone from the left knee to the right hip, right? Okay. So what happened? I go, do you want to talk about it? Or he goes, mate, it probably hasn't helped. I said, well, I'm sort of aligning things. You've been off track for a year. You've sort of broken up a year. I mean, are you heartbroken? He goes, devastated. I said, out of 10, 10 being you're devastated. What 0 being that you're over it? He goes, mate, I'm at 11. I said, okay. I said, can we just spend a bit of time talking about that? Have you got any kids with your ex? He goes, no. When was the last time you saw her? He said, about a day ago, 2 days ago. So why would you do that? If you're heartbroken and there's no reason, why would you do that? Like, is there a reason? Like, do you sort of, I don't know, is there a physical reason why that happens? He goes, no, I'm just hoping. I said, okay. Get your pen out. Not you guys, him. I said, write down 5 things you hated about her. He goes, what? I said, write 5 things you hated about her. I said, because I've got a funny feeling you're fucking ruminating about all the things that you miss about her, and I've got to be pretty sure there's about 5 things you didn't like about her. Write them down now. Fuck. He goes, mate, she's a bit bossy, right? She ran everything, right? I said, give me an example. We'd go to dinner and we'd be sitting there. We'd take an order of the food, and I wouldn't even have a chance to put my order in. She'd say, we'll have the salads, he'll have fish, I'll have chicken. I said, okay. I said, anything else? He goes, oh, mate, you know, our holidays, right? Like, don't get me wrong, her mum was good, but she came to all our fucking holidays. I said, anything else? He goes, yeah, she's, politically, she was involved with this, the Greens Party, always rushing to these meetings. And I said, okay. I said, mate, I'll be honest with you, it sounds like it's fucking a good move what's happened. Right? Like, I don't know why you're so heartbroken. And I go, good, can I ask you something? What you're doing is you've got to start focusing on the reasons why there was a use-by date to this relationship. Because like milk, cheese, bread, it serves a purpose, and at some point there's a use-by date. And I've got to say to you that that's the belief you've got to adopt. And he goes, yeah, but I've wasted 10 years. No, you didn't waste 10 years because around 9.5 years of that marriage, it was pretty good. And you became the person you became today because of that relationship. So you should be grateful for it. And by the way, can I say, one of the best things you can do is take your power back and have no revenge towards her. Because when you do, you actually are giving her power. Take it back, make her obsolete, move on with your life. Next thing I was going to say to you, mate, is do me a favour. Stop seeing her. I said, when a heroin addict stops taking heroin, they don't stay friends with heroin. They go. When the emotion's gone, you can change the environment. In a year's time, the emotion's gone, that's fine. Number 3, I said, what have you got? You got anything to look forward to in the next 1 week? Tell me the one thing that you're actually going to make you happy. He says, nothing. I said, nothing's going to make you happy in the next week. You've got nothing to look forward to. He goes, no. It's gloomy, I'll be honest with you. I said, if there was something that would make you happy and it was in your diary on Friday, what would it be? He says, Las Vegas. I said, fuck Las Vegas, think of something else. He says, golf. We put in golf. I said, anything else? He goes, I used to love hanging out with my mates, having a long lunch, having drinks, put that in. I go, you've got to schedule it. What gets scheduled get done. No one comes to the rescue, and Tiger Woods ain't going to come over and say, mate, you want to have a round of golf? Right? At the end of the day, you've got to be the architect of your own life, and you've got to make the decision, are you going to have a life by accident or a life by design? I said, so all of a sudden we've got a bit of a plan. Now let's go to the prospecting for a moment, because I've got a funny feeling if you actually are less heartbroken, if you've actually got things to look forward to in your life, and if you're not sort of ruminating about what life was like with her, I reckon that you're going to get more prospecting done. About a week later, he rang me up and he said, Tom, I've got to tell you, I've had the better 2 weeks of my life. And he said, I keep remembering what you said, and that is 80% of winning is just beginning. Just get started, just get started, get started. Because I've got to tell you, sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up becoming the biggest step in your life. And I mean that. I share this story with you because I think sometimes you've actually got to go and solve the problem. Sort yourself out. Because often the problem is not prospecting.